Chris Hemsworth's money, history and fortune. Welcome and make yourself comfortable that today we are going to meet Christopher Hemsworth. Enjoy and press the like button. Melbourne, August 11, 1983, is an Australian artist, being more usual for deciphering the warlord Mitch Nelson in the film 12 Heroes, and Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He occupies the lead role in the apprehension film Snow White and the Huntsman, 2012, in the battle film Red Dawn, 2012, in the energy thriller Blackhat, 2015. In the thriller biopic In the Heart of the Sea, 2015, and in Men in Black and the arsenal of spin-off films Men in Black, International, 2019. His most acclaimed roles at the trials include the fright comedy The Cabin in the Woods, 2015, and the biopic sports drama Rush, 2013, as James Hunt, Formula One overall champion in 1911. 76. Hemsworth's biggest commercial successes have been with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, playing Thor, beginning in Thor, 2011, and most recently with Avengers, Endgame, 2019, for which he was singled out and won several awards. His employment with The Door established him as one of the leading and highest-paid actors in the world. Beginning of life, Hemsworth was born in Melbourne, Australia on August 11, 1983, the product of Leonie Van Os, an English language teacher, and Craig Hemsworth, a social worker. He is the middle brother of three, his brother Luke, older, and Liam, younger, still re-established actors. His maternal grandfather is a Dutch immigrant and his maternal grandmother is of Irish descent. It still has English, Scottish and German influence. He was fifth in Melbourne and in the Australian outback in Bowman, Northern Territory. He stated, "My first errands were at the cattle stations in the outback, and then we went back to Melbourne and down we went back to that place and down again. Certainly the greatest part of my boyhood was in Melbourne, blemishes possibly my liveliest memorials were in that place up in Bowman, with crocodiles and buffaloes. It's too unlike life." He attended high school at Heathmont College, most of his kindred moving back to the Northern Territory, and down moved a few years down to Phillip Island. Career start: Hemsworth started his profession by appearing in several TV series. In 2002, Hemsworth starred in 2 episodes of TV's Arsenal of Imagination Guinevere Jones as King Arthur, outside of making a breakout in the soap opera Neighbours and in a martial law occurrence. The following year, he appeared in an occurrence of The Saddle Club. In 2004, Hemsworth auditioned for the role of Robbie Hunter on the Australian soap opera Home and Away. He didn't get the part. Tatcha was then cast in Kim Hyde's play. He moved to Sydney to juxtapose the catalogue, appearing in 171 episodes of Arsenal. He left the Home and Away catalogue on July 3, 2007. Hemsworth later revealed how, in good time he became more noticeable under Home and Away. His work on a soap opera did not earn him the respect of the film factory. Hemsworth was a 5th season Jooster on Dancing with the Stars Australia, partnered with professional dancer Abby Ross. The season premiered on September 26, 2006, and just 6 weeks later, Hemsworth was scrapped on November 7. Hemsworth's outbreak in the port nearly cost him the role of Thor, at which point the producers of the Marvel film Port feared fans would be put off. In 2009, Hemsworth portrayed James T. Kirk's father, George Kirk, in the cut scenes of J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. The role was preliminarily offered to Matt Damon, which he turned down. Abrams appreciated Hemsworth taking on the role. Josh Tyler of Cinema Blend was taken aback by Hemsworth, describing the actor's incident as, "the best 5th minute I've spent in a movie theater this year." The film was a box office success, grossing $386 million. That same year, Hemsworth played Kale in the thriller A Perfect Getaway. It was a modest success, grossing $22 million against a reported $14 million, and received mixed reviews. In good time Hemsworth was hailed for his appropriately intimidating performance of a tough backpacker. Screen Rant further praised Hemsworth's follow-up as solid. Hemsworth went on to decipher Sam in Cash from 2010, along with English actor Sean Bean. How was the primitive film he filmed when he arrived in the United States? The film's director, Stephen Milburn Anderson, said how pure Hemsworth was in the United States for 6 weeks when he auditioned for the role, recalling, "Here's one look at how young he is, he looks right, he's a great actor. And, let's face it, he's gorgeous. So I say, we need to get on board with that aspect." I was pretty shaken up. To Hollywood. In 2011, Sony Pictures announced that Hemsworth would flash the thriller Shadow Runner. Although the film has so far not gone into enlargement. That same year, Hemsworth was cast as the superhero Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His original movie in the port was Thor, from 2011. He and fellow castmate Tom Hiddleston, who was intended to play Loki, did an audition for the role, for which Hemsworth said he put on 20 pounds of muscle, totaling a universal gross of $450 million. Thor was the 15th highest grossing film of 2011. The film received positive reviews, and Hemsworth's God of Thunder figure was acclaimed by Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times. Hemsworth reprised the role the next year for The Avengers, 2012, as one of 6 superheroes alongside Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark/Iron Man, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers/Captain America, Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner/Hulk, Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff/Black Widow, and Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton/Hawkeye. Sent to support Earth from his adoptive brother, Loki. The film was an embarrassing and mercantile delivery, grossing $2 billion worldwide. The casts were praised for their chemistry in the painting by Peter Travers of Rolling Stone, although Hemsworth filmed the haunting movie The Cabin in the Woods shortly after Star Trek was released. The original was new even in 2012. He received positive reviews, and his portrayal of alpha male sportsman Kurt Vaughn was described by Allison Foreman of Mashable as his sexiest role yet. Hemsworth later starred opposite Kristen Stewart in the film Snow White and the Huntsman, 2012, as the Huntsman. Despite a commercial delivery, grossing $400 million worldwide, it received mixed reviews. Critics were critical of Hemsworth and Stewart's chemistry in the painting, and Angela Watercutter of Wired felt that the characters were not fully developed. Hemsworth was cast as Jed Eckert in 2012 in Red Dawn. He was cast as Thor 2 lifetimes before he was cast in Red Dawn. The film was a box office hit, grossing slightly $50 million against a magnification estimate of $75 million, and received negative reviews. Chris Hemsworth at San Diego Comic-Con 2014. In 2013, Hemsworth starred in Ron Howard's sports film Rush, as 1976 Formula One Universal Champion James Hunt. The film won critical acclaim at the judging and became a box office success, grossing $100 million unfavorably at an estimated $39 million. Henry Barnes of The Guardian praised the figure of Hemsworth, admiring him for leaving the special script with a short piece of mastery. Later that year, Hemsworth reprised the Thor persona for Thor's spin-off Thor, The Dark World, 2013, that, despite a mercantile delivery with a thoughtless gross of $650 million, the film became the lowest-rated film in the MCU port on the aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes with a 70% approval. Hemsworth's chemistry in the painting with Hiddleston was praised by critics. Ben Child of The Guardian said, "Thanks to the impressive collective charisma of Hiddleston and Hemsworth, Thor, The Dark World is far from being a franchise killer." In 2015, he reprised his role as Thor for the Wednesday Hour in the Avengers sequel, Avengers: Age of Ultron. In addition to the film acknowledging positive reviews and saving more than $5 billion worldwide, Hemsworth also won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Action Movie Actor. Hemsworth returned to the set of Home and Away in November 2014 to shoot an incident as an understudy rather than his Kim Hyde personality. The event in which he appeared was communicated on the 19th of May, 2015. In 2016, Hemsworth reprised the role of Eric the Huntsman in The Huntsman, Winter's War, alongside Jessica Chastain, who plays his love interest. Writing for IndieWire, Oliver Littleton criticized the chemistry in Hemsworth's painting with Chastain, writing how both are unfavorably fighting accents they're not comfortable with, displaying no chemistry, and frankly, seeming to walk into different movies. The film made progress below its predecessor, grossing just under $170 million. Hemsworth later joined the casts of the film Ghostbusters, portraying Kevin the receptionist. The film made poor and commercial progress, although Hemsworth was applauded for "existing the funniest" by Caroline Westbrook for Metro and won the Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Artist. Hemsworth reprises his role as Thor in Thor, Ragnarok, released on November 3, 2017, and recently in both the third and fourth Avengers films, Avengers, Infinity War and Avengers, Endgame in 2018. All three films were embarrassing and commercial successes. With Thor, Ragnarok largely described as saving the Thor port, Hemsworth won the Teen Choice Awards for Choice Sci-Fi Movie Actor. Meanwhile, in his review of Avengers, Endgame, Joe Morgenstern of the Wall Street Journal recognized Chris Hemsworth's Thor, captivating despite the freak animal and the artist's supposedly pathetic follow-up, while praising Hemsworth in the MCU Infinity Saga, as the artist caricature and overpowering as it was destined to be, as Thor transforms, alarmingly and charmingly. So far heroically. In 2019, Hemsworth starred in a spin-off from the Men in Black ensemble, titled Men in Black, International. The film grossed $252 million worldwide and received unfavorable reviews from critics, who criticized the lackluster energy and forgettable intrigue, although the chemistry between Hemsworth and co-artist Tessa Thompson was praised. Hemsworth was first set to reprise his role as George Kirk in the upcoming Star Trek reboot movie, but he dropped out of the plan in August 2018 after contract talks fell through. Hemsworth later revealed how the reason for his solution was because he found the guide underwhelming. He will reprise the role of Thor for the upcoming solo film, Thor, Love and Thunder, which was shot in August 2020 in Australia and shot in November 2020. How much is Marvel superstar Chris Hemsworth's asset worth? Chris Hemsworth has a net worth of $140 million as of July 2019. He has accumulated this impressive net worth from his amazing profession as an actor. He is more common for his purpose as Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In addition, he also worked in other well-known films such as Men in Black, International, 12 Strong, Snow White and the Huntsman, The Cabin in the Woods, etc., which made him one of the best-known names in show business, working alongside a legendary catalog comprising Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner, Tom Hiddleston and Robert Downey Jr., to name a few. Hemsworth has won the People's Choice Awards, the MTV Movie Awards, the Teen Choice Awards, etc. Chris is worth $130 million. Sources of income and earnings: the same God of Thunder Thor. Chris Hemsworth has a net worth of around $130 million as of July 2019, new to Celebrity Net Worth. He has been acting since 2002 and has earned a hefty pay to the extent of his profession. Chris Hemsworth has a net worth of around $130 million. As a matter of fact, he earned $15 million solely from Avengers, Endgame in 2019 and his earnings in 2018 were $64.5 million. He bought a Malibu company with 6,382 square feet in 2013, costing around $4,800,000 when he bought it from actor Paul Hogan. Furthermore, he also bought a company in Byron Bay for $7,200,000 in 2014, Hemsworth House in Byron Bay. Another luxurious expression he owns is 4.2 acres of powder in Broken Head. The expression contains a 50-meter infinity pool on the roof of your company. The star can also host incredibly expensive cars and her car collection can be lavish, but the information about her cars is not available in the media and tabloid sources. Payments of taxes and insurance: Hemsworth can give a gigantic sum in taxes. He is a day laborer too high and can host how much to give taxes on income. In addition, he can also give taxes on expression and vehicles. He can also host effective health, life, advice and properties, but the exact plans and policies are not available in the media and tabloid sources. Endorsements and charity works: Thor is an incredibly popular person among fans and his merchandise, along with endorsements, has now sold millions worldwide. He has also done commercials for the world-famous brands Boss, Audi, Lexus, Dr. Pepper, People among others. Chris is an extensive philanthropist who has worked with charities such as Baby to Baby, Hollywood Charity Horse Show, J/P Haitian Relief Organization, Motion Picture and Television Fund Foundation, Oceana and the Robert F. Kennedy Memorial. He also donated his proceeds from his employment in the Australian Football League's 2014 Everything's Possible campaign to the Australian Children Foundation. Hemsworth has also worked with various organizations such as Make-A-Wish, offering opportunities for sick children to meet their favorite star, and that was Chris Hemsworth's money, history and fortune. If you liked it, press the like button and subscribe to the channel so that together we can grow in knowledge and wealth. In addition, now some videos are appearing. Click on one of them and let's go.